Hello YouTube, or people in YouTube land. Today I'm just going to go ahead and change the points and condenser on this distributor I got on eBay. And I do this fairly often. I go ahead and I pick up these parts, and what they are, they're supposed to be rebuildable, so I figure, well, why not? I'll rebuild it, and then if somebody needs it later on, I've got something ready to go and something to bargain or trade for or whatever. And then the other day I just received the points I had to send actually to an outfit in the United Kingdom to pick these up. And this distributor is actually for a 1965 to a 68 bug. And problem with this one was the contact point was kind of wore down. You notice how it's supposed to look like this? Well, mine doesn't look like that. It's all worn down. It's not even touching the lopes at all. So anyhow, I was going to have to take that apart, and then of course they had clipped the wire off of the condenser, so I'll have to change that as well. So anyhow, let's see if, if anybody can see that or not, but kind of a mess in there. The good part about this is I'm not doing this in a vehicle, so I don't have to worry about parts falling off and ending up someplace. Okay. I got it. It was tight too. Alright, let's see. Get the condenser off. It worked better in rehearsal, but it was kind of tight, little sucker. Alright, take that out. Really simple. I mean, it would have been okay if they had left the terminal on, but of course, people just get in a hurry and they go ahead and they cut everything off when they're trying to take stuff apart, so I don't do that. Alright, let's go ahead and put this guy back in there. Do it this way first. Before we do anything else, let's put the condenser back on where it's supposed to go. Screw it. Of course, they never line up right away. This one, of course, is no exception. You notice I have a little problem with my thumb. It's shorter. The reason it's shorter is it happened at a work accident I had. I used to work for Pacific Gas and Electric, and I worked at their pipe yard. And of course what happened was I was told to go out and slow down a piece of pipe that was coming down the wrapping table. And of course, dummy me, I go and do that, but what happened? I go to slow it down and, well, put it this way. The pipe won. my thumb lost. It was crushed, so I have a bit of a problem with that sometimes because I can't really grab stuff that well. And this guy here, well, no wonder that's not going in right. Always works out better when you have a condenser that has the correct... What's wrong with this picture? Well, I can get much done on that one because that was round. That one's round and this one wasn't. Oh well. I'll have to do some working on that, I guess. Well, best laid plans of mice and men. And we can go ahead and put this back in there with new points at least. Do something with it. Alright. Exercising futility, I hope not. We will see. Yeah. Let's see how that works. Alright. Okay. That went in easy enough. Well, I'm not going to be able to finish this, of course, but get some of it started anyhow. So obviously there was something wrong there. Well, I will have to go ahead and find something else out on that. Anyhow, I was going to clean it up anyhow. My trusty Dremel. Speed. Of course, I wonder how much of my voice ends up on this thing without something, any kind of motor. It seems it shuts it down. I don't know why, but well, that's sure not going to do a whole lot. I think I'm going to have to do grab my trusty wire brush. Nah, works a little bit better. Yeah, just a little bit of dirt and grease under there. Not too bad. I already checked out the diaphragm on this. It doesn't have any leaks in it, so that part's still good. And it says right there. Oh, look at that. What does it say there? Bosch. Made in Germany. Oh, isn't that nice? Well, anyway, I'm going to have to do something with this little guy here, but I'll get this together. And then, of course, I got the cap and rotor, everything else ready to go. And anyway, let's see here, hold on. I'm going to redo my thing here. Beep. Well, that didn't go exactly as planned, but nothing around here ever does. But I was just checking, had to redo my memory, and over the years, been driving for 46 years, and at 46 years, I have had this amount of vehicles. Not everyone's a Ford. Actually, the best ones I had were a '68 Chevy Impala and the '68 Dodge Charger I had. But this list, I have a list of 19 vehicles in 46 years. Out of those vehicles, I bought one brand new. All of them, all the others were all used. Not one single one was brand new, other than a 1979 Honda Civic that I bought. Other than that, everything else, I don't know, we see that list? It's probably not focused anyway. But anyway, 1966 Dodge Dart, '68 Chevy Impala, '68 Dodge Charger, 1970 Ford Torino, 1973 Pontiac Granville, 1979 Honda Civic, '76 Olds Cutlass Supreme, 1973 Buick Skylark, 1979 Ford Granada, 1985 Renault Alliance, a 1973 Volkswagen Super Beetle, a 1978 Olds Delta 88, 1975 Ford Pinto, a 1972 Ford Courier, two Mazda B2000 pickup trucks, both 1986. The reason I had two is one was stolen for about 2 weeks. It was gone, and then in the meantime I bought another one. I bought another B2000 pickup, and what happened? They found it. They found my first pickup. Of course, my toolbox was gone off the top with all my tools and stuff, but they found the truck. So I ended up going to the tow yard, picked it up, and it still ran. They just pulled the ignition cylinder out of it. So anyhow, so that's why I ended up with two of those vehicles. Then I had a 1998 Mercury Grand Marquis. That's when I got my DUI in. I totaled that car, and I ended up buying another 2000. This one here was a 2004 Mercury Grand Marquis. That one was a '98. So that's, and then after that I bought a 1989 Ford F-150 XLT Lariat, and I bought that one for my brother back in 2009. And of all the 19 vehicles, the only two I have left is a 2004 Mercury Grand Marquis and 1989 Ford F-150. That's it, nothing else. I wish I had the room to store all these, but at the time I didn't have the room, and I didn't have, well, at the time actually I even traded one of the vehicles for another one, because the other one was starting to die on me. I had a friend of mine who was a mechanic, and I said, hey, and he just happened to have a Ford 1974 Torino GT with a 351 Windsor in it, so he said, well, I'll trade you that one for the Charger. Okay, dumb thing, I traded the Charger. Yeah, I know, I'm stupid. I traded a 1968 Charger for a 1970 Ford Torino, but he was even more stupid. The next week, he went ahead and loaned it to a friend of his, the Charger. He was going across the lane. Some woman went ahead, ran a red light, hit the Charger broadside, and bent the entire frame of it. In fact, the woman ended up with her engine in her front seat of her car. That's how hard she hit it. So that's what happened to the Charger. It's no longer with us. And the other thing was, a few years later, I loaned my Torino to my wife, and it got wiped out by a laundry truck. So both vehicles wiped out. Anyhow, over the years I've had a lot of vehicles, and I've had to do minor repairs on most of them. I've never had any major work other than mostly just brakes and things that are frozen up, but hardly any other than the ignition system or things like that, but nothing really super major. Other than that, I guess we're pretty lucky. Now over here, I actually have some other stuff here. I have a transistor radio. This was actually from a Volkswagen. It's another one I got online, and I was going to test that one out. I still haven't done it yet. And the other one I have over here is a Volkswagen Solex pick 28 pick carburetor. And I still got to check to see what parts are missing off of this one, but I'll have to see if I can rebuild this too for anyone that might need one at some point in time. But anyway, I have the dog scratching on my door, which means it's time for me to go. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, and subscribe when you can. Bye.